I'm just calling this video Custom Robo Deserved Better or Custom Robo something like that. If it's not called that, don't worry about it. So today I want to talk about Custom Robo a little bit. This is a game that came out on the Gamecube in, I think, 2004, and it's something that I always felt like was sort of like an IP that was always meant for better. It always felt like people didn't really know what it was or have never played it, and it's somehow lower on the tier list than like Kid Icarus and F-Zero, but I always felt like it belonged with those B-tier Nintendo series. And when the GameCube was in its heyday, it felt like every IP that Nintendo had was in the forefront. Like, we're making an F-Zero, we're making a Star Fox. You're getting everything because we are struggling out here and we want to give the core fans what they want. Did you ever go to those websites and like play the little games that they would have for Mario Kart or for Mario Party? They would always have these interactive websites. Nowadays, it's just like a weird hide and seek that you do for coins. But back then, I remember a Custom Robo website that had all sorts of things where you could maybe make a Robo. I'll try to find footage of it and show it here. But I always thought it was really cool, and then I finally picked up a copy. I played the hell out of it, and me and my brother ended up completely 100%ing the game. While the original Custom Robo games are a lot more kids-focused with toys and treating them as Gundam figures, the later Custom Robo on GameCube was now a lot darker with a little edge to it, with a heavy focus on that modern, at the time, anime style. The robot designs are all very detailed compared to the predecessors, with a lot more detail on the weapons and the robots themselves. So the combat in Custom Robo is pretty straightforward. You've got a gun, a pod, and a bomb launcher. As well as that, you choose the body of your robot and the legs. The combat feels very simple at first, but when you think about it, it does have a lot of depth. You can do combos, you can have good synergies with your build, and there's a lot of creativity to be found. So, for example, I've made this build where I have a bomb that lifts me in the air instead of doing damage, and with that I used boots that have a longer dash range at the cost of a jump. So I'm basically getting back my jump with my bomb in order to have an even longer dash distance. And that, coupled with my model of Robo, means that I have these teleporting long-range dashes, and I can just go right behind people and blast them. It's a lot of fun.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
But I think what really drew me to the game was actually the single-player mode, because it's actually got a full-blown RPG. I don't know if the other games are like this, because honestly, the Custom Robo on the GameCube is the only one I've actually sat down and played through. But as far as I know, the rest of them have like just a tournament mode. The GameCube wasn't known for its RPGs, but Custom Robo is technically one of them. You follow a plot, you customize your robot, you unlock new parts, and you do more fights. It can get super monotonous though by just doing the fights over and over. There are long stretches of the game that are just constant battles and constant dialogue, ad nauseum, on repeat. But what you can do is customize and experiment and play around with the mechanics to have more fun.
This isn't gonna work. Well, I could rebuild it 100 different ways, but I'm thinking gravity gun, spider pod, and delta bomb. That'll beat just about anything. Booyah!
Custom Robo, only for Nintendo GameCube. Rated teen.
So I think that the plot in this game is the most interesting aspect of it, just because the combat is very similar to the other games in the series, but the plot is something else. From the beginning of the game, you're sort of this like bounty hunter guy who's just going around and helping people in his city, but then you realize over time that there's something more to this world. Spoiler warning for the 20-year-old game. The plot gets super weird. Like, we're talking humanoid flesh robot that destroyed the world, and now everybody lives in a flat earth, and that's like taught in schools, and there's a terrorist organization that wants to like bring back the real world and get everyone out of the dome that they live in, and it's unbelievable. And so my favorite thing is how it recontextualizes this sort of hub world. So you're in this hub world and you think that, oh, it's just a small game, this is just a little area that is the world. But no, you're in a dome, the world has been destroyed by a flesh robot virus. And it's completely insane, but I love it. Most people probably don't even see how crazy it gets. It's honestly one of the most memorable aspects of Custom Robo. Just don't expect too much. So as a weird side note, I feel like this game has a lot of similarities to Pokemon Colosseum on Gamecube. They're both Gamecube RPGs, so I guess that's how it works. But here, take a look at this. Yeah, that's pretty much it, but I always felt like it was sort of weirdly similar. Anyways, back to the video. And the game really wants you to learn how to play it. It's always telling you like, oh, this is a thing you can do, but you never actually need to do it. That is until the post game. And a full tournament mode opens up where you can battle forever. But you get to unlock a lot of cool new parts, and some of the most fun guns in the game are locked behind the tournament mode. You get the N64 Ray, which is the main Robo, and a ton of really fun illegal parts that were just in the story mode. So it's in this post-game segment where the game really gets to spread its wings and show the depth of the gameplay, and you get to see some really interesting strategies. I think the thing with Custom Robo is that it's just got so much potential. It has almost a really cool story, almost a really good combat system, and just barely misses. The story mode could be a lot better. If it had some puzzles or dungeons or a more robust post-game, that would have helped a lot. But it does end up feeling like you're just fighting and fighting and fighting. But honestly, I find myself coming back to this game a lot. It's a fun sort of casual game to just turn your brain off and play it. There's no like an overly addictive quality to it. It's just there, but it's swimming. Have you ever played Custom Robo? Did you ever play the sequels? I never played the sequels. They only ever made handheld sequels for Custom Robo, so I never really got around to them. Maybe I should sometime. So with the Switch, we've been seeing a lot of games that are focused on online multiplayer, combat with competitive modes. Things like Splatoon and Mario Tennis have all had this format. I wonder if in future a Custom Robo game could follow something like that. Who knows if they'll ever bring back this series. They recently brought back F-Zero, so sky's the limit. Well, I didn't know how to end the video, so it ends right now. If you made it to the end of this video, I hope you liked it, and if you want more stuff like this, I'd like to make more. So if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.